Hello and welcome to Zimbabwe. Today I'm going to be talking about the problems that affect my country, unemployment, hyperinflation, corruption, and all that. But not from a political perspective, but just from observing what goes on the ground. Um, our country, Zimbabwe, obtained independence in 1980, back in the day before I was even born, like a decade and something before I was even born. Um, Schools were built, public works were done, hospitals were built. Things looked up, but suddenly things started to crash. Corruption became rampant, mismanagement, things really went south, things went to shit. But when you look at our country, it's a really beautiful place. It's quite breathtaking. From the desert environment I just showed you to this luscious rainforest like place. It's a beautiful country. We have everything in terms of resources. There's gold, there's platinum. There are places where you can do intensive farming, horticulture. Like in these places, it really like almost rains every day. But we are still stuck in poverty due to corruption, mismanagement, and other factors. And when Europeans look at us, some of them feel pity, some they say, what can you expect from these Africans? They are uncivilized. But I don't think we need pity. We need partnerships that are mutually beneficial, and the West needs to stop propping up these dictators. Each time you send aid to us, yeah, we appreciate it, but it prolongs the life of the dictator. Because once the aid arrives, they brand it as their own. Like in rural areas, for example, I come from the rural areas. When food aid comes through, they claim that it comes from the party, and anyone who's not affiliated with the ruling party will not get anything. It's really a soft type of dictatorship we live under. And it's quite painful, to live under those conditions. But basically, that is the story of my life, the story of Zimbabwe, the story of a country with such potential which has been ruined, the story of a country in which, those who were chased away, the white Rhodesians, they scream, bring back the old Rhodesia. But I don't think that's the solution. The land reform program cannot be undone. What's done is done. What needs to be done is for the West to partner with us, not as subjects, but in fair terms, because our government is really desperate. Fuel prices are up, and they now have what they call these Zupco buses. When they take someone's bus, just brand it, subsidize it, give you some money for the fuel, for operational costs, sort of hire your bus and ferry the public. But those are just stopgap measures. They won't get us far. Fuel is expensive as shit, I tell you. Things are going south, and it's really sad being a young person growing up in such a country. Sometimes you think of leaving, but nobody wants a black African in the West. Boats with full of migrants, sink in the coast of Libya almost every month. People trying to run away from such situations. But the West really needs to stop siphoning resources from Africa, to partner in equitable terms and not treat us as subjects, because our dictators will take advantage of that and preach that the West wants to use us, the West imposes sanctions on us, and we won't really get any freedom. This has been Jiggy Speaks. Like, subscribe, share.